Hey guys, John with Off Grid Homesteading. We just prepped our trailer for um, the sleet and ice storm actually coming through tonight. It looks like it's supposed to be raining, but I was just hearing sleet and everything hitting the trailer here just a minute ago all over the place. But um, I'm wearing my pajamas, and it is. What do we got here? About 79 degrees or so um, in the trailer, and it is 25 degrees outside. So what we did is, just to kind of prep things, is we took some foam panels, and used the metal duct tape and basically placed it around the windows on the outside, just to give us an extra layer of protection from the wind, because these RV windows and stuff, they just don't seal up very well at all. And every time you jack them up and mess with them, the seals just kind of don't work. And so anyway, we did that with the other windows over there and in that section. So this whole area is really nice and toasty. And if you can hear back there, we got the generator and stuff running. We haven't had really much sun. We had sun for about an hour a day. We probably had maybe, well, let's take a look at the computer here. We had 1.2 kilowatt hours come in from the generator today. Let's see. Yep. So you can see that 1.2 kilowatt hours. Batteries are actually topped off right around 31.4 volts. I'm at 30.4 times about 835. I've had the generator on. We were down at about 23 volts earlier today, and actually we got down in the 22s, and every time we turned on the water, the well pump, submersible pump would kick on, drop it down to 19, the lights and stuff would flicker. So I said, let's go ahead and crank it on. So I'm charging at a 40% charge rate. I think I'm pulling in 20 amps or 21 amps per line off the generator. And so my first hour brought me up to about 29 and some odd volts. The second hour, we just kind of giving it that little extra, which gets it into the 30 to 31 range. So I've got about got a runtime about 25 more minutes on it. But so we need about 2 hours of runtime on the generator daily to keep things going. And, well, actually, that's not true. This morning, the battery systems actually shut off at probably 3 o'clock-ish in the morning, and I had to run the generator at 6 o'clock for 2 hours. So today the generator ran for a total of, it will be running a total of 4 hours today. So that's about, I'm guessing, probably 2.5 gallons, 2.5 to 3 gallons of fuel. So about $6. So not necessarily the cheapest way to go, but our propane propane regulator or whatever that's actually on the generator itself failed. We call the manufacturer. And they're sending us another one, not charging us anything for it. Max Tool, who makes the Duramax generators. I've had to replace a couple parts on it, and they just said, why don't you just fill some gas in it, crank it up, see if it, we went through checking for spark because it wouldn't start. We had spark, checking for compression because he's thinking maybe I ran the generator too long without changing the oil. By the way, if you have a generator that you're using for off-grid, make sure you change your oil at the frequency stated by the manufacturer, because if you don't, you will ruin your rings, lose your compression, and you're out of generator. So anyway, got the automatic gen start set up on the generator, and what I found is when you're using propane, there's no choke that's required, so you can leave it in the setting that it starts up properly with, and the AGS works just fine. On gasoline, you have to choke it, start it. As soon as it cranks over, move it to the second spot, start it. As soon as it starts running, gets a little bit good, move it to the third position. So the AGS will not work on gas mode. So during the next week or so, while it's going to be really, really cold, I'm going to be going out, turning the Jenny on and off as needed. But it looks like we're running at about we had no sun at all today, so we had 4 hours of gen runtime, 2 in the morning at 6 a.m. to 8, and tonight from 7 o'clock until 9 for topping off the battery. So again, since I talked to you, we're at 30.2. Now we're at 30.4. It's probably a little bit higher than that because I'm using the Ethernet connection off of my Midnight Solar charge controller, and that actually is a little bit, the reading there is slightly different than what comes off of the Magnum, but Magnum wants like $350 for their remote view in deal, and I didn't have that extra cash right now, so I went and plugged in the Midnight Solar, and it gives me at least my battery voltage is right enough to be running out there constantly, you know, checking to see what battery levels are, and that was a real pain for the first couple of months. But anywho, life is getting a little bit easier. You know, we have everything that we need. We got internet, lighting, we got 12 volt lighting there, 120 volt lighting there. That's a little 4-watt bulb. That's an Edison bulb over there that takes about 1 to 2 watts of power. We got, you know, more 12 volt lighting and stuff under the counters over there. Front canopy's out. We got 12 volt out there. So the battery systems go out. You know, the solar power, the inverter shuts off. We still have 12 volt backup that we can use for lighting, keeping the refrigerator running, things like that. And then I was thinking, you know, when we get an extra infusion of cash, make sure we order a second generator. You know, maybe a little bit smaller power, but running off of propane. And the other thing we need to do is also have, you know, a spare well pump, spare parts. Excuse me. And just keeping spares on hand so we don't have to worry about, you know, when things break. It's not a matter of if things will break, it's a matter of when. So you just got to have those components on hand instead of waiting a week or two to get them from the manufacturer, if the manufacturer even still picks up their phone. So anyway, hope this helps you out. I blabbed for a little bit, but you know, just talking about how to kind of winterize the you know, trailer to have you know, for it to be not so drafty and you know, retain the heat a little bit longer, so we're you know, not using as much on energy to heat with propane the facility. Anyway, if you liked what you saw here, please like our channel. Somewhere in here, just hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, tell people about it, bring them over, take a look. And if you have any... So outside of the trailer, we've got the canopy up right now just to keep some of the sleet and ice away from our front porch. And I'm just going to show you, that's the other side down there, but you can hear the sleet coming down tonight. We did put a piece of EPS polyfoam against our sliding screen door right there, and that helped keep all the condensation and stuff. You know, last week we had a situation where it condensed a lot of liquid and stuff towards the bottom of the door. It got really, really cold. It was in the 20s, and our door was iced shut. So we had to use the regular door on the other side of the trailer in the bedroom to get out of the trailer. And anyway, that's something you just learn. It's just you know, when you have a sliding door and you've got single pane windows, it's going to condense and give you ice dams. Our first dusting of snow is coming in. What do you think, he's busy? The snow is coming in? Yes, it is.